You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Hate that. One of my favorite things to see on Facebook, and if you haven't experienced it, I'm pretty sure you have. A home seller goes on one of the local boards and says, I'm thinking about selling my house. Does anybody know a good agent? Vulture City. Comment after comment after comment. Look at me. I'm the best selling homes for 50 years. And people get angry. And agents start chiming in with these really annoying sales pitches. Oh, I've been selling homes for 50 years. I can totally help you. I know what I'm talking about. And my favorite, they leave their phone number and the area code is like 3 hours away. So you want to talk about the future of real estate? Is it really begging for business? Is it really acting like a vulture on Facebook? I don't think so. I love my kids. I like tea. So I hired a coaching company back in, I think it was around 2009. And our conversations were not going so well right off the bat. I was told to pick a street, start to cold call. And she says, yeah, but I sell 50 homes a year and that's how I developed my business. And we were butting heads. We were constantly like this. She would say, do this, and I would say, that's immoral. She would say, do this, and I'd say, yeah, but I hate doing that to people. And she says, but you have to do this. This is how you become successful. And I would say, you mean if I want to be successful, I have to bug the crap out of people? Yes, you do. You have to bug the crap out of people. That was her answer. That was the last real estate coaching company I have ever hired to help me with real estate. I would try to ask my coach, is there a better way where I would give valuable information to the community and grow my business? And she says, no, it's never been done. That's not the way real estate operates. So her approach was simple. Her message was clear. Keep calling until you find a hot seller. And I would ask her, what about the other 97, 98% of the people that are not selling their home or they're not thinking about buying? What am I supposed to do with them? She said, dump them. They are a waste of your time. You don't need to be talking to them. Really? Really? Everything inside me, my gut feeling said, but they will be one day. Why can't I design something to incubate those relationships, provide such massive value to these people that live right here in my community that when they're thinking about buying or selling, their natural reaction would be, I'm gonna call Sebastian because he was always there for me. He wasn't the typical realtor shoving his business card down my throat. He was constantly giving me useful information about the community. This guy knows his stuff. And on top of that, he's such an awesome guy. After my 1-year contract was up with the coaching company, I did not look back. I did not hire them again. Every phone call was a complete waste of my time. Do you know what I have to show for it? Do you know how much extra money I made in that 1 year with a real estate coach? That about sums it up. After my coaching company stint, I went on the mission to find a way of reaching out to my community without being that frickin' annoying real estate agent. So I researched marketing companies, I researched the best businesses out there, what they're doing, and I brought what all these successful companies and entrepreneurs were doing, and I brought that into the real estate industry. January 2013 is when the course of my life has completely changed. Let me show you something. So in the last video, I told you that in this video, I'm going to share with you what the future of real estate looks like. And I found a Gary Vaynerchuk video online last year in 2016. And I was so excited when I came across this video because Gary Vaynerchuk is talking to the audience and he's saying, this is what you should be doing. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody finally understands how this industry should be run, what the agents in this industry should be doing in order to give actual value. Everyone keeps preaching value. Give value, provide value. If you don't provide value, you're gonna be a nobody. Really? What the hell is value even mean? Everyone says provide value. Nobody actually tells you what real value looks like. So everything that I've been trying to do since 2013, Gary Vaynerchuk sums it up. I'm gonna play a portion of his video. I hope it's okay that I take his video and I use it for my video, although I'm sure Gary probably won't mind me spreading his content. The full video that I think you should watch. If you're watching this video and what I'm saying is of any interest, just watch Gary's video. It's 51 minutes long. It's a 51-minute investment. And what he talks about is exactly the future of real estate and how I run my business. I'm gonna play some of this and stop along the way to give you kind of my 2 cents.
People continue to put out content that is in high percentage in their best interest and not in the value of the end user.
So he talks about creating content that is valuable to the end user. In the real estate industry, we tend to have a lot of me marketing. And let's face it, do people actually care about you and I, the fact that we're real estate agents and we're plastering the newspapers with our faces saying we're number one? Nobody cares. Spamming Facebook and telling people how much you love this industry and how many more homes you sold last night, I promise you, nobody cares. On top of that, that's not even real value to anybody.
I am still baffled by why the real estate industry on an individual broker level does not realize that they need to become the digital mayor of their town. And what I mean by that is the number one blueprint that fundamentally, look, you're gonna be here the whole time and you're gonna get a lot of good content from a lot of people. You're gonna hear a couple of nuggets from me. A lot of them move the needle a little bit. A lot of them move the needle a little bit. You might sell 2 more homes, 4 more homes. To fundamentally change your business where you go from where you are now to 5, 10, 20x the revenue and volume, you have to make dramatic changes.
Number one, you have to become the digital mayor of your town. When I proposed that to my real estate coach, she thought I was losing my freaking mind. What do you mean you want to be the digital mayor of your town? Now back then, I didn't use the term digital mayor. I called myself the online mayor. And I actually said, how do I become the online mayor? She had no clue. The second thing he says in that video, you're gonna hear a lot of speakers here today, and a lot of them will teach you how to sell 1 more home, 2 more homes. I so believe that to be true because let's face it, every raw session or seminar we go to, they're all preaching the same thing. But no one ever says, get off the freaking hamster wheel you're running on, leave that one alone, and go do something completely different that no one has ever seen. Gary talks about changing the game altogether. In 2013, this was my choice, and I never looked back.
And that dramatic change sits in the form, and here it is. Here it is. And by the way, 99% of you are not gonna do anything about what I'm about to say. I'm being very honest with you because the punchline here is it's hard work. And the reality is that a lot of people are just not willing to put in the work. I mean, that's just the fundamental reality. As a matter of fact, I always think that digital excites people because they think it's scalable. They think like all of a sudden the computer's gonna do the fucking work for them, right? The number one shift that everybody has to do in this room is understand the following statement and understand it cold, not just shake your head when you hear the words coming out of my mouth. The quicker you understand in this room that you are a media company, comma, real estate agent, real estate software provider, whatever you may be, I know that I'm a media company, comma, an agency CEO, a wine retailer. Once you make that shift, everything changes.
When somebody asks you, what do you do for a living? I'm willing to bet most of you watching say, well, I sell homes, or I'm a real estate agent, I help buyers and sellers, I fulfill dreams, something to that effect. But how many of you say, I own a digital marketing company, and by the way, I happen to sell homes? As of 2013, when I started doing things this way and everyone thought I was absolutely crazy, people would ask me, what do you do? And I said, well, I own a digital media company. And then I would follow it up with, yes, I sell homes. And it is quite the interesting shift. The content that you produce when you look at yourself as the digital mayor or a media company, comma, real estate agent, the way you communicate with the public drastically changes, and you actually start having some real fun in this business, and you're not that vulture on Facebook. Please pick me. Oh, me, pick me. No. It's disgusting. Stop it.
For example, when you make that mental shift, the content that you put out on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram and Snapchat fundamentally changes. Right now, what many of you do for a living, you're forced to be in the right hook business. The hell are you gonna put out content-wise, right? When you decide to become the digital mayor of your town, everything fundamentally changes. If you decide that you, not the local newspaper, is going to be the provider of the content of the best restaurants, reviewing the school system, and every other nook and cranny in the 2, 4, 6, and 8 towns that you live in, you fundamentally start bringing value to end users that are intrigued or interested into moving into your town. I do not believe that most people sitting here this morning think that they're gonna be the editor-in-chief of a newspaper. But that is absolutely how I view every single one of you. That you have the potential to be that content producer. You're filming now, you could be filming a lot of things that actually bring value to the person that's debating to go from the city to your suburbs. They are looking for that information. Why can't you Sally, you fucking Frank, why can't you be the person that interviews the principal of all the schools? Why can't you be the person that writes a review of every dish, of every restaurant in your town? Why can you not be that person? That is my belief. That is the wide open white space for every person in this room that changes their business, because you then become synonymous with the town.
You then become synonymous with the town. So my question to you is, why can't you be that person that provides the information to your local city or town? So when people find you online, you are now a somebody. You are now an authority. You are a trusted figure because you're the one that's going out into community, interviewing local business owners, entrepreneurs. You're talking to people. You have your camera out there. You're producing real value to the end user without saying, hey, look at me, I'm the real estate agent. The future of real estate, because of technology, is changing drastically. And if you don't keep up, you will be left behind. Does what I do involve work? Yes, it's actual work. But it's not spamming people. It's not bugging people. It's not getting people to turn around and walk away from you, run away from you when they find out that you are a real estate agent. So from this point on, when somebody asks you, what do you do for a living? Here's what I want you to think in your head. I am digital mayor, digital company, comma, real estate agent. Okay, now I'm pretty sure you may still have questions. Okay, so great, I'm a digital mayor, I have a media company, but really that doesn't explain anything. Well, you're right, it doesn't really explain anything else except your mind shift. Going from being a real estate agent to the digital mayor. Going from a real estate agent to a media company, comma, real estate agent. On the next vlog, I'm going to start expanding this. I'm gonna start showing you visually what that looks like. Some of you may know what I'm talking about, and some of you may not. And I don't know if you, Frank or Sally, when you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna start expanding this. So thanks for watching this vlog. I will see you on the next one. You like what I have to say? Yeah? I'm here to entertain you. Anyway, that's it.